Solitude is often misunderstood. We think of it as a punishment, a sign of failure, or worse, a void filled with loneliness. But what if I told you that solitude is not the enemy? What if the very thing we fear, being alone, is actually the gateway to our deepest strength and clarity? The only person who truly thrives in solitude is you. You have to be the one to embrace the quiet. We live in a world that never stops talking, scrolling, and demanding our attention. From the moment we wake up, we are bombarded by notifications, voices, and distractions. Society has conditioned us to believe that constant interaction is the measure of our worth. We feel pressured to fill every moment with noise, fear that silence will expose our insecurities or leave us feeling empty. But this is a lie. Solitude is not loneliness. It is a sacred space where you can reconnect with your true self, the self that gets lost in the chaos. Think about the times when you've been alone and felt that stirring inside, a quiet voice that speaks honestly, without judgment or distraction. That's the power of solitude. It's where your authentic ambitions and passions begin to surface. When you step away from the noise, what remains is your purest intention, your rawest potential. Stop waiting for noise to define your worth. Believe in the power of your own company. I know it's uncomfortable at first. The silence can feel deafening because it strips away all the masks we wear around others. It forces us to confront who we really are beneath the surface. But it's in this discomfort that growth happens. When you're alone, you're free to explore your thoughts and feelings without interruption. You can reflect on your dreams, your fears, and your true desires. This is not isolation. It's a powerful act of self-discovery. Consider how many of the world's most successful and influential people have credited moments of solitude for their breakthroughs. Solitude is where clarity is born. It's where you find the courage to face your doubts and the space to imagine a different future. When you stop running from yourself, you open the door to transformation. The fact is, we are not meant to live our lives defined by others' expectations or distractions. You don't need external approval to validate your existence. The only person who truly thrives in solitude is you. You have to be the one to embrace the quiet, to lean into the stillness and say, "Here I am. This is me." This is where your strength begins, not in the noise, not in the approval of others, but in the unwavering acceptance of your own presence. It's easy to confuse being alone with being lonely, but solitude is not about lack, it's about abundance. It's the abundance of time to think, to feel, and to grow. The abundance of space to dream without interruption. When you embrace solitude, you stop chasing external validation and start cultivating internal peace. You learn that your worth is inherent, not dependent on the crowd's applause or constant connection. This shift is liberating. When you no longer fear being alone, you become free. Free to explore your passions without hesitation, free to make decisions that honor your values, free to be unapologetically yourself. The only person who truly thrives in solitude is you. You have to be the one to embrace the quiet. Solitude is not a punishment for being misunderstood or rejected. It's a gift you give yourself. It's the quiet room where your dreams take shape, where you listen deeply to your heart's desires. And when you emerge from this place, you do so with a clarity and purpose that noise could never provide. So, how do you begin to embrace solitude? Start small. Carve out moments in your day where you turn off the distractions and sit with yourself. It might be 5 minutes in the morning before the world wakes up, or a quiet walk in nature where your thoughts can roam freely. You don't need to fill every second with sound or activity. Instead, learn to welcome the stillness. At first, your mind will resist. It will try to pull you back into the noise, into the endless chatter that feels familiar. But keep going. The only person who truly thrives in solitude is you. You have to be the one to embrace the quiet. Trust that with each moment alone, you are rewiring your brain for clarity and resilience. Remember, solitude is not about escaping the world. It's about preparing yourself to engage with it more fully and authentically. It's about meeting yourself so you can show up in your life with honesty and strength. When you stop waiting for noise to define your worth, you reclaim your power. There is a profound peace that comes from knowing you can be alone and not fall apart. There is a deep confidence that arises when you realize your company is enough. This is not arrogance, it's self-reliance. It's the foundation upon which you build everything else. I want you to imagine a life where your inner world is as rich and fulfilling as your outer one. A life where you are not afraid of silence, but crave it because it fuels your spirit. This is possible, but it requires a commitment to solitude, not as a punishment, but as a practice of growth and self-respect. The world will keep spinning, and the noise will never stop. But the only person who truly thrives in solitude is you. You have to be the one to embrace the quiet. Stop waiting for noise to define your worth. Believe in the power of your own company. It's there, waiting for you every time you choose to be alone with yourself. This is your moment to step into that space, to leave behind the fear and the discomfort, to discover the strength that comes from being truly alone, yet wholly complete. Solitude is not loneliness. It's where your true strength begins. When we embrace solitude, something remarkable begins to happen. It's not just about being alone. It's about turning inward and meeting ourselves honestly. The only person who truly thrives in solitude is you. You have to be the one to embrace the quiet. In the stillness, we confront the doubts and fears that often hide beneath the surface, the limiting beliefs that whisper we're not enough. It's uncomfortable, sure, but it's also the birthplace of resilience and self-awareness. Think about the moments when life has tested you, when uncertainty loomed large and your confidence wavered. Those moments often pushed you into solitude, whether by choice or circumstance. It's in those quiet, solitary spaces that the real work happens. You wrestle with your fears, you challenge your assumptions, and you begin to understand what truly drives you. This is where the seeds of personal growth are planted. I've seen this in my own journey and in the stories of countless others. Solitude became a sanctuary, a place to sharpen vision and resolve. It's where I learned to listen, not to the noise outside, but to the voice inside. That voice doesn't shout or demand. It whispers truths that can only be heard when the world falls away. It's a voice that says, you are enough. You have what it takes. And when you trust in that voice, everything changes. Self-reflection cultivated in solitude is a practice. It's not a one-time event, but a commitment to showing up for yourself regularly, even when it's hard. It's about setting aside the distractions and tuning into your thoughts and feelings with curiosity and compassion. You learn to recognize the patterns that hold you back and the strengths you might have overlooked. This is the foundation of self-discipline, a discipline not imposed from outside, but cultivated from within. By embracing solitude, you develop mental clarity. You gain the ability to see your situation with fresh eyes, free from the distortions of anxiety or external pressure. This clarity empowers you to set intentions that align with your true self, not what others expect or what society dictates. It's a radical act to say, this is my path, and I will follow it. When you cultivate this inner strength, you become less dependent on external validation and more anchored in your own conviction. Facing your doubts in solitude is not about eliminating fear. It's about learning to live with it without letting it control you. Fear is a natural part of growth. It signals that you're stepping into the unknown. But solitude teaches you to hold that fear gently, to observe it without panic. You build resilience by choosing to keep going, even when the path is unclear. This resilience becomes a muscle, strengthened each time you return to solitude and face yourself without flinching. We often think of strength as something visible, loud, and forceful. But the strength you build in solitude is quiet, steady, and profound. It's the kind that sustains you through challenges and fuels your passions. It's the kind that doesn't need an audience to be valid. The only person who truly thrives in solitude is you. You have to be the one to embrace the quiet. Solitude also invites you to confront the stories you tell yourself, those limiting beliefs that shape your identity. Maybe you've convinced yourself that you're not talented enough, not smart enough, or not worthy of success. In solitude, you have the space to question these stories. Are they true, or are they just fears dressed up as facts? When you challenge these narratives, you begin to rewrite them. You replace doubt with belief, hesitation with confidence. This process isn't always comfortable. It requires honesty and courage. But it's necessary if you want to unlock your true potential. Solitude becomes a mirror reflecting not only your flaws, but also your possibilities. The only person who truly thrives in solitude is you. You have to be the one to embrace the quiet. It's about learning to trust yourself when no one else is watching. When you cultivate this trust, you develop an inner compass that guides your decisions and actions. You become less reactive to external circumstances and more proactive in shaping your life. Solitude teaches you that your power lies within, not in approval from others, but in your own unwavering belief. This belief becomes the foundation for meaningful action and lasting change. Imagine what it means to carry this kind of strength in your daily life. To approach challenges with calm resolve rather than panic. To face setbacks with grace instead of despair. To pursue your goals with passion grounded in self-trust. This is the transformative power of solitude. It's not about escaping the world, but about preparing yourself to engage with it fully and authentically. The practice of solitude also sharpens your ability to set clear intentions. Without the distractions of the outside world, you can focus on what truly matters to you. This clarity helps you prioritize your time and energy, aligning your actions with your deepest values. Instead of drifting through life reacting to circumstances, you become deliberate, purposeful, and empowered. Resilience born from solitude is not just about bouncing back. It's about moving forward with renewed strength. Every time you return to that quiet space and face yourself, you build a reservoir of courage and clarity. This reservoir sustains you through life's inevitable ups and downs. You learn that failure is not the end but a stepping stone, a lesson that propels you toward growth. The journey into solitude is a journey into self-reliance. It's about breaking free from the need for constant reassurance and learning to stand firm in your own truth. This doesn't mean you won't seek support or connection. It means your foundation is strong enough that external opinions don't shake you. The only person who truly thrives in solitude is you. You have to be the one to embrace the quiet. So, lean into those moments alone. See them as opportunities rather than obstacles. Use them to build your mental and emotional muscles. Let solitude be the place where you confront your fears, question your doubts, and cultivate resilience. This is the path to personal growth, the kind that is deep, lasting, and transformative. The power of solitude lies in its ability to help you trust yourself. When you believe in the strength of your own company, you become unstoppable. You stop waiting for noise to define your worth. You begin to write your own story, guided by the quiet wisdom inside. Keep going. The only person who truly thrives in solitude is you. You have to be the one to embrace the quiet. Embracing solitude is not about retreating from the world. It's about preparing yourself to step into it with full presence and authenticity. After spending time alone, reflecting deeply, and building that inner strength, you return not weaker, but stronger, ready to engage with life on your own terms. The only person who truly thrives in solitude is you. You have to be the one to embrace the quiet. This clarity and resilience you cultivate become the foundation for meaningful action and lasting impact. Think about it. The quiet moments of reflection are not an end in themselves. They're a beginning, a starting point for purpose-driven living. When you've faced your fears, challenged your doubts, and trusted your inner voice, you can move forward with confidence. Your solitude-fueled potential is the wellspring from which your dreams flow into reality. It's the source of the passion and persistence required to pursue your goals with unwavering commitment. Many people shy away from solitude because they fear it will isolate them or make them feel disconnected. But the truth is, solitude connects you to your purpose, your values, and your truest self. This connection is what gives your life meaning and direction. It's what allows you to show up fully in your relationships, your work, and your community. When you embrace solitude, you don't withdraw from the world. You prepare to contribute to it in ways that matter. Denzel Washington once said that purpose is the reason you journey, the reason you suffer, the reason you endure. Solitude helps you discover that purpose. It strips away the noise and distractions that cloud your vision, revealing what truly matters. When you know your purpose, every step you take is intentional. Every obstacle becomes a challenge to overcome rather than a reason to quit. The growth you experience in solitude is not always visible to others, but it is profound. It changes how you see yourself and the world. It teaches you patience, humility, and persistence. It reminds you that success is not a moment, but a process, a series of choices made every day. And those choices are easier to make when you have clarity about who you are and what you stand for. When you emerge from solitude, you carry with you a quiet confidence that can inspire others. Your actions, grounded in self-awareness and purpose, create ripples beyond yourself. This is how legacies are built, not through loud declarations, but through consistent, authentic living. Your solitude-fueled potential becomes a beacon for those who seek their own strength and clarity. It's important to celebrate the progress you make in those quiet moments. Recognize that every insight, every breakthrough, is a victory. Even setbacks hold lessons that deepen your understanding and resilience. The journey through solitude is not linear. It's a dance of growth, reflection, and action. Keep going. The only person who truly thrives in solitude is you. You have to be the one to embrace the quiet. Now, as you prepare to take what you've learned inward into the world, remember this. Your solitude is your power source. It's where you recharge, realign, and recommit to your vision. It's where you find the courage to innovate, to adapt, and to push beyond the limits others set for you. When you face challenges, return to that place of quiet strength. Let it remind you who you are and what you're capable of. Innovation often springs from solitude. When you're alone with your thoughts, free from external noise and expectations, your mind can wander, explore, and create. You open the door to new possibilities and fresh perspectives. This is where ideas are born, where problems are solved in unexpected ways. Solitude nurtures creativity because it allows you to think deeply and without interruption. Adaptability is another gift of solitude. When you cultivate an inner foundation, you're better equipped to handle change. Life will throw curveballs, and the world will shift beneath your feet. But if you've built resilience and clarity in solitude, you're not easily shaken. You can pivot with grace, adjust your course, and keep moving forward. This flexibility is crucial for sustained success and fulfillment. Personal growth doesn't happen in isolation from the world. It happens because of the world, filtered through the lens of your solitude. The insights you gain alone become the tools you use to build a life that reflects your deepest aspirations. You become a person who acts with intention, who leads with integrity, and who inspires through example. And here's the truth. Your legacy is shaped every day by the choices you make, the courage you show, and the authenticity you live by. Solitude helps you stay aligned with your values so that your legacy is not just about achievements, but about who you are and how you impact others. When you embrace solitude boldly, you harness an inner power that fuels your dreams and transforms them into reality. This is the call to action. Don't shy away from being alone. Don't run from the quiet. Instead, step into it. Trust that in those moments, you're preparing yourself to give your best to the world. Your solitude is not a pause, but a launch pad. Keep going. The only person who truly thrives in solitude is you. You have to be the one to embrace the quiet. Let your solitude be the place where your dreams take root and grow. Let it be the place where you cultivate the resilience to face life's challenges head-on. Let it be the source of your innovation, adaptability, and lasting impact. When you do this, you don't just survive, you thrive. You don't just dream, you create. And in doing so, you leave a legacy that inspires others to find their own strength in solitude. So, rise from your quiet moments with purpose and passion. Step into the world with the confidence that comes from knowing yourself deeply. Harness the power that solitude has given you and let it propel you toward a life of meaning, achievement, and fulfillment. The journey is yours to make, and the path begins in the quiet. If you love the story, like the video and subscribe.